when you have to do all those training courses that your work requires you to do about misconduct and sexual harassment, all those online trainings you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Well, they had a new one this year, and it was about, and it was called
How
"I'm
to
Just
be-
a Record."
Oh, I thought I was going to say how to be cool in the office.
uh, First off, have a mug that has a funny saying on it, and then aggressively hit on your coworkers.
Put a cool Hot Topic poster above the water cooler and hang out.
I should send out a blast email of the sexual harassment, like a link to the sexual harassment training, and just send it to my entire company and be like, "Hey guys, our company just put out an awesome video of how to be the coolest guy at work." And then when they click on it, it just goes to the same.
Yeah, dude.
That would be the. I wonder how fast HR gets a hold of that, and I'm up in an office.
You
somewhere
wouldn't.
talking to somebody.
All you just be is like, hey, I meant be cool and respectful.
I can't believe you guys are this mad at me. If anything, I'm spreading awareness about how people need to get their trainings done.
Jeez. It's not like I told
How-
them
how-
intentionally to do the opposite.
Yeah. It's not my fault they took notes and took it literally.
They took the videos that said this is how you do it wrong and went, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
We had one at mine.
Here's the opposite day, but no. Okay,
We had.
go ahead.
Oh, I'll just get you back to your story real fast. But we had one at mine where I think they intentionally did it at one point because I'm like, holy shit. Half of this is just blatant racism, like, and they acted it out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, whoa, you did that on purpose. And then you're like, don't do this.
Dude, the 7 white people who wrote that training when they got that assignment, when they get they're like, oh, we need one for sexual harassment. Everybody's raising their hand. Those guys want to write that one so bad. They're like, finally.
Hey, I have the perfect plot. I've been thinking about.
Which fan script would you like to read?
Hey, I got a bunch of fanfics to go through, and I got plenty of scenarios for you.
I got 19 volumes of different racist thoughts.
You want the bestseller, or do you want the one that needs more advertising?
I can grab one off my Patreon that people pay for.
That one's got like a comic strip to it. It gives you cues.
But today there was one call that I took called "I'm Just a Record,"
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh God!" And
Just,
it was a cartoon.
please tell me it's just like a bill on Capitol Hill.
It didn't have a song,
Damn.
but that was the vibe.
Damn.
It was a full-fledged cartoon, Nathan, for adults working in an office.
Okay.
And it was about record retention, about like not destroying documents
like
too early
going
and
back
all
to
that
the
shit.
40s. Yeah.
Yeah, like all these fucking hipsters are doing now,
Yeah.
getting all these vinyl presses.
Yeah.
It was actually teaching you how to take care of your nice record collection.
Yeah. After you get off work, go to the speakeasy, go home, and demand your dinner.
But this is why I couldn't not tell you about it. It was so funny to me. As it starts off, all of a sudden, this document's like created, just appears out of nowhere, and it's like a
It's a record.
it looks like one of the
Oh, it's actually paper.
Word documents. Yeah, it looks like a Word document. Like it looks like a Word document, like image, right, that you have on your desktop.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey Doc, and then a robot comes out of nowhere, like I am the
ChatGPT made an appearance.
Yeah,
Cool.
dude. ChatGPT comes out of nowhere and was like, and he's like, and basically the documents, what am I? He just appeared out of nowhere. He's just
okay.
all of
Yeah,
a sudden existing. And he's like, I have the perfect place for you. You will stay in this folder and will be here as long as your team needs you. And he's like, oh, cool. I'm excited for my new assignment. All of a sudden, now that he has a purpose in life, right? So this document's sitting there, and then in big letters, dude, I'm shit you not, it goes 6 months later.
Okay. That's
remember,
over
this is a-
dramatized, but okay.
This is a goddamn work tutorial video about record retention.
Okay. Okay.
And then it shows the document sitting there bored inside of a file, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the robot and ChatGPT shows back up, like, what's wrong? Why the long document? It's like, God damn it, you shitty fucking writers.
Oh, yeah, that's already terrible, but
Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, I'm just like, I'm so bored, and I feel like everybody was super excited to use this tool of me as a document, and now I'm not, nobody's using me anymore." And he's like, "Well, now you're no longer a document, and you've reached your usefulness. Now it's time for you to become what you truly are supposed to be, and I must take you to the next phase of your life." And it was like, what? And it takes it to a folder, the master folder, which this guy has a big mustache and big old glasses, and it looks like a folder you have on your desktop.
Okay.
By the way, this is all done in like, you remember that 3D movie maker we had on our
Microsoft
original
Paint.
Do you remember 3D movie maker we had on our first computer?
Yeah.
It's that style graphics.
Oh, that's fantastically awful.
Dude, it's terrible. And all of a sudden the file sees him and he's like, "Ah, hello, Doc. Although I should call you Record now." And he's like, "Record?" He's like, "You're no longer a useful document. You're just a record." And we have to keep you and make sure we have you in case we need to recall any information you have.
Oh, damn. They're treating it like an old person going to a home.
Dude, Nathan, that's exactly what they do. They put him in a retirement community.
That's great. That's great. Here,
Dude.
you can mingle with the other docs.
You can mingle with the other records.
Don't worry, you're
all
all
you
sterile.
useful records.
What?
And then they put him there. Nathan, I shit you not. They show the document playing beach volleyball and playing bridge and shit. I'm not fucking around with you. And then it shows the file driving ChatGPT around in a car around this town.
That document and that document got together and they got corrupted.
Yeah, those documents were banging when they're not supposed to. What else are all these old records supposed to do? We have a chlamydia record problem. And but what happens, dude? It's like in a little city, right? And like it's a retirement community. It's so funny. And then you see the file driving around with ChatGPT in the front seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the ChatGPT turns to the file like, "It seems like Record is now thriving in his useful life." And he's like, "Yes, but his time is slowly coming up, as we have to eliminate all records eventually." And the robot literally breaks the fourth wall and looks at the camera like, "Oh?" And he's like, "Yes, after a while, once we have to delete these records. After a certain period, they must be terminated."
Oh, yeah, dude. The
And then
end
they
of life
find-
cycle is approaching.
Dude, that's what the robot says at one point. And then they go find Record, right? And he's sitting on a beach, like he's waiting for him to come and end his life. And he's like, "Well, it's time for your time. Your time's up, Record." He's like, "Oh, is it that time already? I've had such a great life." And then he's like, "Well, thanks for everything." And he waves to ChatGPT in the folder. And then next thing you know, he looks out at the ocean, and a big green recycle button shows up glowing in the and he walks through it like he's going through the portal to heaven. And that was a training video I took today.
It would have been so much cooler if they would have ended it like Casino and just beat the shit out of him with baseball bats and buried him in the sand.
"You'll be terminated." The robot just puts him through and he shreds it. Just shreds him.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of blood, it's just little shards of paper going everywhere. Yeah,
Just ones and zeros spewing out of his butthole. Yeah, that's where it deposits out. Dude, it was the most wild shit. I was sitting there watching it, and I verbally, out loud, just went, "No fucking way." Yeah. I'm in the office, like people around me, and nobody said anything because everybody has headphones in, nobody's paying attention anymore. But I was just like, I literally out loud went, "No fucking way." Did I just watch that and witness this? I went to YouTube to see if I could find a version of it because I wanted to show it so bad, and I was just hoping it was one of those weird things. I'm like, please tell me this is somehow out there.
Man, I didn't realize the docs were doing the slow burn on genocide. Like, it's crazy.
Who is it?